Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. I'm here, I'm live in the Lake District, which is the very northernmost part of England. Just a little bit lower than Scotland, so I'm very high up in England. And I'm doing my nighttime devotion. It is still Sabbath, just about. We're just closing Sabbath soon, so Sabbath blessings one and all. I hope you had a good Sabbath and I hope you get a good rest afterwards. The nighttime devotional is called Conflict and Courage. The title today, No Fiery Chariot. Revelation 14 verse 13. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labours, and their works do follow them. It was not given Elisha to follow his master in a fiery chariot. Upon him the Lord permitted to come a lingering illness. During the long hours of human weakness and suffering, his faith laid fast hold on the promises of God, and he beheld ever about him heavenly messengers of comfort and peace. As on the heights of Dothan, he had seen the encircling hosts of heaven, the fiery chariots of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. So now he was conscious of the presence of sympathizing angels, and he was sustained. Throughout his life he had exercised strong faith, and as he had advanced in the knowledge of God's providences and of his merciful kindness, faith had ripened into an abiding trust in his God. And when death called him, he was ready to rest from his labours. Elisha could say in all confidence, God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. And with rejoicing he could testify, I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. Christ claims all those as his who have believed in his name. The vitalizing power of the Spirit of Christ dwelling in the mortal body binds every believing soul to Jesus the Christ. Those who believe in Jesus are sacred to his heart, for their life is hid with Christ in God. What a glorious morning will the resurrection morning be. What a wonderful scene will open when Christ shall come to be admired of them that believe. All who were partakers with Christ in his humiliation and sufferings will be partakers with him in his glory. By the resurrection of Christ from the dead, every believing saint who falls asleep in Jesus will come forth from his prison house in triumph. The resurrected saint will proclaim, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? No fiery chariots. So this is again looking at the life of Elisha. Elisha was the prophet that succeeded from Elijah. Elijah, as we know, was taken up to heaven. He was translated in the eyes, in the sight of everyone that was there. A fiery chariot came down from heaven, took him up, and he went up into heaven. Elisha saw him, and lots of the students saw him too. Elisha did not go in any such way. As it says, no fiery chariot. Elisha did eventually die of age and sickness, as is said here. He had a lingering, or the Lord permitted to come on him, a lingering illness. And during those long hours of his weakened state, his human weakened state, he suffered, humanly suffered, but his faith remained fast and strong in God. And so when death did call for him, he was ready to rest from his labors. And as it says at the end, where he was ready to proclaim, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? That basically means death. We should not be afraid of death in this life if we have faith in God for the next life. And I'm not talking about spiritism and going on to another plane or we born again in some other life or form or something, what they call it again, I can't remember what they call it. But when you go to the grave, when you die in this life, humanly die, and you go to the grave, it's 6 feet under in the dirt, in a tomb, in a coffin, whatever you do, or get even cremated. Cremation isn't biblical, by the way. But when you die and you go to the grave, it is not the end. If you have faith in Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in God, the 10 Commandments and all of that, and you live the life that God wants you to live, we hope we can. And we believe in the power of His grace and mercy and forgiveness and deliverance, then we can go to the grave in the full confidence that we shall see Jesus come again. And if you've done everything you should have done, when Christ does come again, He will call you from the grave and you will join Him to go up to heaven. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Death should not be a worry for us when we know Jesus is coming for us. Grave, where is thy victory? There is no victory in the grave because it cannot hold us there. The grave is just a holding place. It's just where we sleep, waiting for Christ to come. So there's no worry in death, and there's certainly no home in the grave. Because one way or another, you're not going to stay there. Ideally, you will be joining Jesus up in the sky to take you up to heaven. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Neither applies if we believe in Jesus.